Hello, listeners. We have two important BKFK birthdays to celebrate. Give me an R. Give me a U. A B. And a Y. It's happy birthday, Ruby. And give me an S. An A. A W. A Y. An E. And an R. It's happy birthday, Sawyer. We wish you both the best day ever, and we hope you enjoyed your personalized BKFK birthday stories. Okay, let's hear who the superstars are on this Halloween episode.
My name is Freya and I'm 7 years old and I live in London and I like to play the drums.
Hi, I am Jeong-mi, 5 years old. I'm from Korea, living in Singapore. I love chocolate unicorns and chocolate hearts and chocolate bunnies. My favorite Bible story is Tito the Piper.
My name is Leo. My age is 7 and I live in Southwest Colorado. And my favorite thing is books, pets, and basketball. My favorite By Kids story is The Golden Guitar.
Well done, guys. You're brilliant. All right. This story is the next in our A to Z of Monsters series. It begins with the letter J. What begins with J, I wonder? Ruby?
The Jack-o'-lantern.
It's the last day of October!
Alice cried out with delight.
That's the day where we go out and give the world a fright! We can dress up like a monster. We can jump and shout and scream and make a jack-o'-lantern. Yay! Today's Halloween!
She thought of all the tasty treats. She thought of all the candy. She ran into the room next door to wake her brother Andy.
Up you get!
She shouted and she blew on her kazoo.
Dress yourself and brush your teeth. We have a lot to do.
I'm already dressed,
said Andy, jumping out of bed. He pulled an old and rotten zombie mask over his head. He growled and gave his head a scary, twisted jerk.
Later,
Alice said,
it's time for us to get to work. There's a pumpkin in the kitchen that we need to hollow out.
to make a jack-o'-lantern.
Andy gave a happy shout. Soon enough, they'd carved a face. It had an evil grin.
Now we need a candle,
Andy said.
Let's put it in.
As soon as they had done this, both the children got a fright. Without them doing anything, the candle burst alight. The pumpkin came alive and gave the kids a cheeky wink. It chuckled as it sped away before the kids could blink. The jumping jack-o'-lantern screamed and raced off down the street. It bounced along and sang its song.
It's time for a trick or treat.
Andy gave a gasp of shock. His eyes were open wide.
We have to go and catch it,
Alice said and ran outside. The street was full of children dressed as creatures of the night. Monsters, vampires, witches. It was really quite a sight. Far away, the children saw the jack-o'-lantern jumping. It threw itself against a door. The children heard it thumping. An old man heard the knocking. He had thought it was a child. He opened up the door to see the pumpkin going wild. The old man had a bucket full of lovely candy balls. The pumpkin knocked it from his hand and quickly ate them all. The jumping jack-o'-lantern laughed and set off down the street. It bounced along and sang its song.
It's time for a trick or treat.
cried out Alice to the kids as they ran past.
We need to catch the pumpkin, but it's moving much too fast.
A kid dressed up as Frankenstein said,
I will come and help.
Soon a pair of werewolves came. They gave a friendly yelp. Another kid came running with a spider on his face. It wasn't long till many kids had come to join the chase. Just ahead, the jack-o'-lantern smashed open a door. Candy scattered everywhere and fell about the floor. The pumpkin gobbled everything and quickly raced outside. The children couldn't catch the thing no matter how they tried. The jumping jack-o'-lantern laughed and set off down the street. It bounced along and sang its song.
It's time for trick or treat.
It went along from house to house and broke down every door. It couldn't get enough to eat. It always wanted more. Greedily, it ate and carried on until it couldn't eat another sweet. Its belly was too full. The children soon surrounded it. The pumpkin looked quite sick. Alice said,
I have a plan. I'm going to play a trick.
She reached into her pocket and she found a little snack. She threw it at the pumpkin and said,
Everybody back!
The greedy jack-o'-lantern saw the candy she had thrown. It snapped it up and swallowed it, and then began to moan. It let out a tremendous burp. It spluttered and it quivered. It started turning green and then it trembled and it shivered. It suddenly exploded into pieces everywhere. The candy it had eaten up was flying through the air. Toffee drops and chocolate blocks were soaring through the sky. The children saw the candy balls and gave a happy cry. They shouted with delight as all the sweets came raining down. They rushed around and picked up all the candy from the ground. Happily, they cheered and then they set off down the street. They ran along and sang their song.
It's time to trick or treat!
Hey guys, if you like this episode, please share it with your friends and family. It is one of the best ways to support BKFK Storytime.